Hello and welcome to another one of my classes. This is focusing on connecting to our feminine energy, and this doesn't exclude males. I see you guys. We all hold within us feminine and masculine energy, so this flow is simply sort of connecting ourselves to that feminine side. We're usually within our masculine selves. That's the sort of yang, getting going, busy, all up in our head. That is our masculine energy, whereas the feminine is a bit more yin, and certain vinyasa postures help to harness that beautiful feminine energy that we all hold within us. So I thought we could start in a seated position, however that's most comfortable for you. If you find yourself slouching in a seat, it's very nice to wrap up a towel and place it under your sit bones. This just elongates the spine, gives you a bit more support. Lovely. So, beginning seated, with your palms face up, open to possibility. Closing the eyes if that's comfortable for you. Bringing your awareness inwards. Bring your attention to your breath. And as you focus on the sensation of breathing in, breathing deep down into your body, and exhaling, letting go of anything that's not serving you right now, I would like to invite you to bring to mind or fixate, manifest a female figure from your life. Perhaps you haven't seen this female for a while, as we're all in lockdown, or I don't know, distance, location, geography, whatever reason. Bringing this female into your mind's eye, picturing her face, the structure of her face, any little unique things that she holds physically, mentally, emotionally. Start to imagine her smell, feel her presence and her energy. Think about maybe the sound of her laugh, her voice, and consider how this woman has impacted your life in whatever way. And imagine this amazing female carrying you and guiding you through this practice today, keeping her quite close to your mind, if that's comfortable for you, throughout your practice. You walk with the spirit of many women who have gone before you. Their song keeps its rhythm through the beat of your heart. Honor them, honor you. Beginning to take little wrist circles here, just circling your hands from one way and going into the other direction. It's so important before any kind of exercise to warm up the intricate little parts of our body that we don't even think about. And the wrists really hold us during a yoga practice in downward dogs and inversions and all that crazy shit, so it's good to warm them up. Such intricate little bones in there. Taking them one side and then the other, different directions. I'm beginning to introduce your neck into this. So you can either rest your hands back down on your knees or carry this on, bringing the neck into the equation now, rolling one way and the other, letting your hair go all over the place. And if you feel any parts that need a little bit more attention today, depending on how you slept last night, just going over those a bit more. Being particularly careful when you come backwards on the neck, because that's its weakest point. Taking these in your own time, maybe syncing up with your breath. Coming back to neutral, placing the hands on the knees, lung, spine. Coming into a twist now. So bringing your left hand onto your right knee, twisting over so that your gaze is towards the back of you. Twisting the whole way through your core, not just from your neck or from your waist, but sort of like a spiraling effect through the core. Using your breath to get deeper. Inhaling brings us back to center. And exhale, we come onto the other side, so left hand to right knee, twisting all the way around, spiraling to the back. And on your next inhale, rolling back through to center, elongating through the spine, and exhaling, we bring the arms down. Moving forwards into your into a tabletop position. So just coming onto your all fours, with your knees underneath your hip bones and your hands underneath your shoulders. Lining up the body nice and equally, making sure that your back isn't sort of doming or arching in any way, but it's quite straight and neutral. You could almost rest a G&T on there or something, a drink of your liking. Beginning to take cat-cows now. So on your inhale, rolling the shoulders back, dipping the stomach down, lifting the gaze up towards the ceiling or the sky, depending on where you are. And exhaling, we roll the back, gaze towards the belly button now. Inhale, roll the shoulders, loop the arms up, gaze towards the sky. Exhale, rolling the back, arching the shoulders, gaze down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beginning to take this in your own time now and just really kind of like exploring your movements here. Exploring the wave-like motion through your spine, coming down maybe onto your arms into a sort of child's pose or puppy posture. Coming back up. Going from side to side, feeling a stretch through the sides of your hips. Just really exploring here. I often say if you imagine sort of stretching like you're an animal, they aren't thinking about what it looks like, they're thinking about what it feels like. So just having fun here, playing around with this beautiful stretching through the body. When you're ready, coming back to neutral, lining up the arms and the legs, tucking your toes under and coming into your first downward dog of the day. Feeling a stretch through your arms, through your legs, allowing your knees to bend as much as they need. Making sure that the weight is evenly distributed through your hands. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Imagine externally rotating from your shoulders so that you're almost hugging your head with your arms, with your upper arms. On your next inhale, gaze towards the top of the mat, stepping one foot and the next up into a forward fold. Rolling your spine, bringing you up to your mountain pose, but slowly exploring your way up there. And coming up to standing at the top of the mat. Coming into your tree pose. So bringing all of the weight into one side of your body. We'll start with the right hand side, so all of your weight into the left foot. Focusing on a point in front of you, your drishti, your point of focus, so that it will help you with your balance. And picking up your foot, either placing it next to your ankle at the bottom, your lower leg, or the inside of your thigh, if you feel ready to go there. This is your tree posture. It's such a grounding and strong pose. You need really strong legs, a lot of stability in your core for this. Now is a really good time actually to engage your Mula Bandha, which is the energy center at your root chakra. And with your arms, you can either come into a prayer, a heart center, maybe elongate them out ahead of you. Maybe even just give yourself a little hug. Feeling that grounding sensation through your standing leg. Beautiful. Coming onto the other side now. Dropping foot down, swaying a little bit from side to side. Getting ready to come onto the other side now, so rooting down through your right foot and bringing your left foot either to your ankle, the lower leg, or into the thigh, depending on what you did on the other side. Grounding here, feeling strong and stable, and if you fall out of it, it doesn't matter, you just try again. Fear not. Again, hands can kind of be doing anything, coming to heart center, out tall like a tree, you know, even try a swaying tree, which some people like to do, really playing with the balance here. Feeling grounded, strong and stable. Very nice. Resetting now back to the top of the mat where you should be already. With feet hip width distance apart and a little bit of a bend in the knees, we're coming into a sun salutation. So inhaling, we sweep the arms up and over, gaze towards the hands, exhale, hinging from the hips, we dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, hands to the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, placing the hands on the mat, we step one foot then the other back to our plank. Option here to lower the knees, all of us together inhaling and exhaling, lowering down to the mat. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, low cobra. Exhale, pushing through tabletop up to your downward facing dog. Anchoring down through the left foot, we pick up the right foot and come into a three-legged dog here. It doesn't matter too much about having a straight leg, just as long as you've got evenly distributed weight throughout your hands. And coming to step the right foot in between your hands at the top of the mat. Sweeping the arms up and over for your high lunge. We're only here for a second, opening the arms up, almost like a cartwheel, we're coming into a warrior two. So flipping the foot so that it's now parallel with the short edge of your mat. The front ankle should kind of be in line with the middle of the back foot here. Your front toes are pointing forwards. Your core is right in the middle of your legs, so you're not kind of swaying from one side or to the other. Gaze is over the front fingers. Option to stay here, right where you are, grounding through your legs. Or you can come with me into a humble warrior. So taking a hold of your arms behind your back, elongating through the chest, opening up through the front. Inhale here, and then exhale, we dive forwards. Arms go up, head goes down. Keeping the weight through both feet. If you're here in Humble Warrior, then on your next inhale, we lift it up and open up into your Warrior 2 again. Exhale brings us cartwheeling down to frame the front foot, pivoting on the back foot, stepping your right foot back to meet your left. Exhale, lower down to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming onto the other side now, anchoring down through your right foot and inhaling your left foot up and back for your three-legged dog on the other side. Inhaling to place the foot at the top of the mat, helping yourself up there if you need. Coming up to your high lunge and quickly opening up to your Warrior 2. Remember, the back foot is now parallel with the back of the mat. Option to stay here exactly where you are, otherwise clasping the hands behind your back, opening up through the chest, inhaling and exhaling to dive forward into your Humble Warrior. If you're in your Humble Warrior, then inhaling to will yourself back up into your Warrior 2 with all the strength you can muster. And cartwheeling the arms back down to frame the front foot, stepping the left foot back to the right. Inhaling here for length, exhaling, arms hugging into the body. We lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Option to come into a child's pose here. Otherwise we're going to come into another sun salutation. So exhaling to step one foot and the next up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up to the top. Exhale, heart center. We're coming through one of those again now. So feet hip width distance apart at the top of the mat. Bend in the knees. We inhale, rise the arms up and over, gaze towards the hands. Exhale, hinging from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, placing the hands onto the mat, we step or hop back into our plank. Inhale to come forwards, exhale to lower down to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. inhaling to lift your right leg up and over and letting it kind of just weigh down on you so that your foot is almost touching your bum. Staying here if that's enough for you, already feeling a really lovely stretch through the hips. Otherwise, beginning to lower down, opening your front body up to the top, coming onto your fingertips in your right hand, and possibly flipping all the way over onto your reverse dog or wild thing pose. Coming back to your downward dog, three-legged, right leg up, resetting the right leg with the left. Coming onto the other side now, so left foot lifts up and behind you, three-legged dog. Dropping the left foot so that it's almost touching your bum. And again, maybe exploring your way down towards the ground. Fingertips come up on the left hand, coming all the way into your reversed dog or wild thing pose. Feeling the sun on your front side, which is lovely. Flipping back onto your other side now, and all of us resting in child's pose, bringing the knees down to the mat, wide, feet together, hips sink back. Tucking the toes under, coming back into your downward facing dog. Walking your legs out, feeling a stretch through your hamstrings and your calf muscles. Gaze towards the top of the mat, stepping one foot and the next. Forward fold, letting yourself hang out here for a little while with bent knees. Either grabbing a hold of either elbow for a ragdoll variation, or placing your hands underneath your feet so that your palms are underneath the soles of your feet. This is a gorilla posture, really nice for stretching out the wrists. Letting go of this now, slowly rolling your back up to a standing. Coming into a dancer pose now, channeling that inner feminine energy of ours. So, like we did with tree, finding a point of focus so that we have our balance and our strength really focused in on that. Bringing all of the weight into one side of your body. I don't know why I keep going back and forth, I'm going to stick with this side. Bring your weight into the right hand side of your body and your left leg lifts up towards your bum. Bring your left hand to the inside of your foot and grabbing a hold of the foot, not the ankle. Bringing both of your knees together and zipping the energy up through your body, finding strength and length, finding a point of focus in front of you. Inhale to rise your right arm up and over. And exhale, we hinge from the hips, we push back into that left hand and we come forwards into your dancer pose. Maybe taking a mudra with the hand here. Feeling a really beautiful opening through the chest and the front of the arm, the shoulders. Anchoring down through that standing leg. You're strong and capable, you can do this. Inhaling back to center. Coming onto the other side now. Walking the legs out a little bit. And coming onto the other side, so anchoring through the left hand, or the left foot rather. and picking up your right foot to almost touch your bottom. Bring your right hand around to grab a hold of your right foot on the inside. You can do it on the outside, but I don't find it as effective, so outside. Bringing the knees together, zipping up through your center, finding your point of focus. We inhale, the left arm rises up. And we exhale, hinging from the hips, we come forward, pushing that right foot back into the right hand. There's a micro bend in the left knee so that we're not straightening it too much, we're not hyperextending. Inhale back to center. Well done, beautiful work. Coming to stand in the middle of your mat now, we're coming into a goddess pose, the most sort of feminine pose there is really. So stepping both legs out wide, your toes are pointing in diagonals. And we're coming into a sort of squat position, so just squatting your legs down like this really. Swaying around, feeling an opening through the hips, getting comfortable here in this quite deep posture. And when you're comfortable and you found your center, elongating the spine again, weighing down through the hips, feeling your legs grounding, bringing your hands to heart center and bringing that female back into your mind, whoever you pictured at the beginning of this practice, bringing her back, manifesting her, smelling, hearing, seeing her. You could challenge yourself here by coming onto your tiptoes. Feeling that fierce, feminine energy running through you. Staying here for one more round of breath. On your next inhale, we're going to pivot our feet so that they are now parallel with the edges of the mat. Straighten the legs with the inhale, elongate the spine, and exhale, dive forwards for a forward fold in your wide leg variation. If you have a brick or a block nearby, it might be quite nice just if you can't quite reach the floor, this will just give you a bit of length or height even. Otherwise just sinking down, allowing yourself to sink deeper. Maybe exploring the length of your arms by bringing them through your legs, palms face down. Inhale to flat back, bringing the hands to the hips. We come up to your goddess pose and sort of toe heel your way back into center, coming into a yogic squat now. So coming down, dropping all the way down towards the ground. If your ankles don't get down here, that's okay. Sometimes just the shape of our feet doesn't quite allow us to do the full posture. You might be up here. Staying here for one breath. And gracefully sinking back down to your mat. Taking any more movements that you need, maybe little twists. We're just coming into a few forward folds now. Easy stuff after all of that. So elongating your right leg, stretching it out ahead of you, and bringing your left foot into your right thigh so that it's at a little angle, or quite an extreme angle actually. Gaze is towards the right foot. Kind of face your chest towards the foot as well, so that you're not facing forwards, you're facing slightly more to the right hand side of the body. Find length through your spine. Inhale your arms up and over. And then exhale, rather than just coming forwards and rounding your back and not really feeling much of a stretch from this posture, imagine inhaling for length exhaling to come slightly towards the foot, inhaling to come out, stretching as though you're kind of stretching over there, not towards your foot. And then exhale, come slightly more down, and then inhale, stretch even further, and exhale, come down as much as you need to then come close to your foot. You might not be this far down, that's okay. As long as you're feeling a stretch through the leg and through the spine, maybe even through the side of the left back. Allowing yourself to relax into this stretch, get deeper with every breath. And on your next inhale, slowly rising up. Coming onto the other side now. So bringing your right foot into your left thigh, stretching out your left foot, or left leg rather, both would be good. Facing your body towards the left foot, and getting ready to do that sort of inhale to stretch, exhale to come forwards. I'm not going to do that direction again because it was a bit annoying, but you do it in your own time. So we'll inhale to stretch up, and in whatever way you want to get down there, gracefully come down, using the breath to create as much space as you possibly can. You might find there's a little bit less space on this side, or more on this side. All of our bodies are a bit uneven, but that's okay, that's kind of the beauty of them. And on your next inhale, slowly walking your hands up to help you back up to center, straightening through the spine, bringing your knees or your legs in together to come into a cross-legged position in the middle of your mat or wherever you want to be. With your hands resting on your thighs, palms face up like we started the class, allowing your eyes to close and bringing that beautiful face back to your mind's eye. The woman who has guided you through this practice and maybe other parts of life. Just sitting with her in this space for a few more minutes. You feel your breath begin to regulate again, coming into more of a natural cycle. You ignore any exterior noises going on. Knowing that life is going on outside of your personal space right now, but just allowing yourself to stay there for a little bit longer in this space of tranquility, peace. I'm just going to say that little quote that I said at the beginning. So with your eyes closed, thinking about your chest rising and falling with every breath that you take, and considering trying to channel into your feminine energy a little bit more every day. You walk with the spirit of many women who have gone before you. Their song keeps its rhythm through the beat of your own heart. Honor them. Honor you. Thank you so much for taking this class with me on this boiling hot roof. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Namaste.